My doctor recently referred me to a clinic regarding my weight as I am overweight. I met with the nurses and they asked me to briefly tell them about myself and the lifestyle that I live. I am an IT technician at this company and I suffer from shortness of breath. I get tired easily. She then told me about my weight and the risks of my weight. My BMI was also very high. It was above 25 or 20. It was above 25 or 25. She then asked me, what do I eat? Well, I rely on takeaways. I hardly ever have time to cook because I'm always working. She asked me about exercise. That's a foreign word to me, exercise. I hardly ever exercise. I'm always at work. And it is not comfortable. I mean, you can see my weight. It's not comfortable. We then got into an agreement. She suggested that I try eating healthy. I can get people prepare meals for me and I can just pay them. I can try to exercise maybe twice a week. I can start off by walking, taking a walk, or jogging, and I'm willing.
My factor is body concerns. Endurance is your body's capability of sustaining an exercise for an extended time. Okay, so I have chosen body concern as one of the factors affecting exercise. Say that if you're more lean and more thin, you are likely to have more endurance than someone who has more meat in the body, or let me say, who has exercise. Endurance requires more time, more effort, and a balanced, healthy living style, a balanced diet. Everything has to be aligned. Everything has to align with one another.
One of the most underrated factors affecting adherence is physical self-efficacy. Never heard of it? Well, you are probably performing this behavior unconsciously every day. Self-efficacy refers to confidence in one's ability to successfully perform a particular behavior. For example, if you are sure that you can walk 1 mile without any difficulty, then your self-efficacy for that particular behavior is high. On the other hand, if you are quite certain that you would become exhausted and need to stop after only a few feet, then your self-efficacy for walking the mile is low. Now, how does self-efficacy apply to health and physical activity? Self-efficacy theory suggests that if you believe that you can perform a behavior successfully, you will be more likely to engage in that behavior. For example, if you're confident that you can ski down the mountain without falling, you might be more likely to go down the slope than the person who believes that such actions will result in bodily harm. This concept has important implications for health behavior change and has been applied to numerous health domains, such as nutrition, weight loss, alcohol use, smoking, sun protection, and physical activity. Self-efficacy beliefs play a role in maintenance of health behaviors over time. In fact, a recent indicate that self-efficacy predicted the maintenance of physical activity among adults 5 years after completing a 6-month walking program. This is an important issue because of the many health benefits derived from maintaining an active lifestyle. Frequently, clients feel confident about starting a physical activity program, but then express concerns about their ability to consistently choose to be active over the long term. Once the initial period of excitement fades, making physical activity a habit requires numerous strategies and persistence in the face of obstacles. So what would you do about this issue? Increasing self-efficacy levels can help people initiate and maintain a program of regular physical activity. For clients already high in efficiency, maintenance is all that is needed. Periodic assessments can help ensure that efficacy is not dropping. However, for clients who are low in efficiency, consider taking specific steps to help improve it. Although there are numerous techniques for performing self-efficacy, there are a few key strategies to focus on, namely goal setting, self-monitoring, problem-solving barriers, and implementing solutions.
Age falls under as an intrinsic factor that affects a person's exercise adherence. Adults over the age of 55 years adhere more strongly to their exercise programs than younger people do. An explanation or a reason for this could be that older people have more free time on their hands and they are aware of how beneficial the exercise would be for their health. The positive relationship between age and adherence is prominent in strength and flexibility programs than aerobic exercise sessions. Also, adults who are more persistent in their exercise programs or they are fairly fit when entering into a program, they have a history of a physically active lifestyle, they are non-smokers, and they have a strong sense of exercise self-efficacy. Older persons who participate in group exercise sessions are likely to be more persistent or to reach their goals because they see that these people of the same age are able to do the same tasks as them, and it sort of gives them more of a motivation to continue and to perceive and to be successful in their activities.
John Dewey once said, arriving at one goal is a starting point to another. Today, I'm going to talk about one of the factors that affect exercise adherence, which is age. In general, the elderly and those with disabilities are more vulnerable to negative effects of inactivity. I'm not going to dwell on people with disabilities, though we're going to look at the elderly, that's between the ages of 60 and 80. Usually, the elderly, when they're inactive because they may suffer from illnesses such as arthritis. Arthritis is a problem with the joints, usually the cartilage. So they are inactive or cannot exercise because they suffer from this illness, which they cannot walk anymore or cannot be active like they used to be in their younger age. Another problem, we'll talk about sports players, usually is illness, not illness, but injury. When they suffer from injury, players lose morale And once they get back, the vicious cycle of inactivity leads to deterioration and the progress of loss of fitness. The more the layoff, the more the negative result. What I mean by that, their performance on the field or off the field, whichever sport code they play, suffers because they come from a long period of staying on the sideline. One other thing I could say is the best way to keep it to, well, I'll put steps. Maybe I'll give 2 steps to keep your exercise regular. One would be goal setting and self-monitoring programs, which establish what you want and make your goals. Basically, I'm talking about SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. One, you could get getting a personal trainer. A personal trainer can be a great way to keep you motivated and ensure you attend all your sessions. Basically, the elderly, we usually put them in swimming pools to exercise there. In the United States, the elderly who are in elderly homes, they have what they call mall walks. They walk around the mall, even to look around the shops. Some of them develop a fast plan of just walking around the mall in the mornings. Thank you.
Smoking is a factor that affects exercise adherence. What is smoking? Smoking is an action or habit of inhaling or exhaling the smoke of a tobacco by sucking at the end of a lit cigarette, cigar, pipe. How does smoking affect the physical health? In smokers, less oxygen is delivered to the body cells, the heart, and the lungs. This decrease will reduce the smoker's physical endurance. Smoking causes both long and immediate effects on physical activities and exercise. Now we come to the consequences of smoking. Smoke causes cancer, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, lung disease, and emphysema, chronic bronchitis, chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases, COPD. Smoking also increases the risk for tuberculosis, certain eye disease, and problem of immune system, including rheumatoid arthritis. My advice is that for all of those who are smoking can quit anytime. It's never too late, because each and every time you smoke, you are damaging your lungs.